I'm Shane Hoefer, CEO of Rocky Mountain Forest Products. Watch how we're changing the industry. So what'd you do this weekend? How's Dale and Augie?
Augie comes in for the fire, just stares at it. Yeah, I have a miniature donkey and a micro donkey.
Oh, cool.
That we.
Augie's what's a micro donkey?
Smaller than a miniature donkey. Bigger than a goat, about the size of like a golden retriever, like a full-size golden retriever. Eventually he'll be like 28 inches tall. He comes in the house, hangs out, lays down, sits by the fire. It's like having a big dog. He begs.
So that's
Got it?
Got it.
No, I don't normally jump right into business, but no one else in this industry even has a marketing department yet, let alone documenting something like this, explaining their philosophies, telling the story of how we got to where we got to. We're going to show kind of more behind the scenes, kind of what like the Rocky Road was initially pitched as. It's going to be more deliberate on that. And it's all to kind of present the underlying philosophies that have led to our success here. But when key things are going on, be able to communicate so that everyone knows what's going on, they feel a part of things. It's very micro and one-on-one. The same thing applies inside of a business as well. You know, people went from being valued by their employer to just having your corporate number that, you know, you were employee number, blah, 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 blah. You hear it in things like this. Think about the term human resources. How, like, that is like, you're just a resource to the corporation. It's cold, it's not caring. And then I saw it a slightly different way from my dad. My dad had this obviously fear of, you know, running out of money. It was his way of caring about the employee, because he's like, if we go bankrupt, the employees don't have a job. Guard all these dollars and cents and put these policies in place. I'm protecting their job to make sure that this company exists tomorrow. And I'm not really here, I can only argue with that so much, right? He kept the company alive for how many decades? It worked for the time where it was at. But that era is over. And the thank you economy highlights this issue more than ever. And what I saw was my dad's tactics made people feel undervalued at times. The dollars and cents were more important than they were. I got to see from the sideline as I watched my dad over the decades that I was here rub a lot of people the wrong way. And it even drove some really good people away.
Alright. Is probably the closest thing to a major cultural brand influencing institution within the blue collar industry. And so they've got this phrase, dirty hands, clean money. They're just literally just a clothing brand, okay? And they put out content. They're actually from Canada, and then they've kind of recently broken into the United States. They're getting a very big following. So what I want to do is, as Rocky, I want to pay them to collaborate with us, and we do collab merch. We get them a part of us paying them. They share some of our social, and then what I want to do is I want to redo behind the counter at every location, pull down all the old pictures, put up shelving, and then actually buy their merch and stick it in there. So that way, because they're a major thought leader, we're a major thought leader, and having the combined influence, I think, would be freaking amazing.
And I could see Trevor wearing that.
Mm-hmm.
The hat says blue collars. I mean, I'm not real crazy about putting thousands of dollars into this for inventory right now, but in 45 days, it's no big deal.
My guess is it would probably take, to actually set up the backdrops of what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And,
start working on it.
It's gonna take time, and
worst case, then by the time that's ready, I'll throw it. If I had to put it on a credit card and if cash flow is still tight or something,
so
we'll then pay it off by the time the bill comes in.
But what I want, my biggest thing is I need to negotiate on the sponsorship side, because basically I want to pay them as an influencer and buy their shit. We'll actually share our social networks, but completely encompass it in everything that we do, because it's just, once again, it's another way for us to put out shareable content and then being able to have that tie. I just think it expands our reach.
That's brilliant. Probably a lot of these guys probably required to wear high vis day in and day out.
So why not?
But they can still wear their merch.
Yeah, why not let them wear something that they like?
I'm just impressed by the company as a whole. I mean, talk about finding your niche, and it's a unique niche, and just I mean, this is knowing your customer and targeting products exactly what they're gonna want. These guys are spot on.
Cool.
See, this is, I guess we get deeper into blue collar and it's a little established. This is a guy I would love just to sit down blind and have a conversation with. But you know, I don't know why. I just have to get over it. Like going and buying whiskey or going down to where I buy my watches. I don't know. That doesn't feel. I'm comfortable with that. That doesn't feel like I'm being too vulnerable. But me in the yoga room wearing, you know, shorts and a tank top. That I don't know. That feels just like that's not me. But it is. I mean, I just gotta get over that.
Yeah.
So,
But I get the philosophy that the more I just am unfiltered Shane to the world, the better. And it makes everyone's life easier. So, like, what do I really have to hide from the world? Nothing. What percentage of our stuff needs to be serious versus just me being human?
I'd say 60% is the business side, 40% is you being human.